Hey folks, Revolutionary Brewer back, and today we're doing another homebrew kit review. So today we're going to stick with the Mangrove Jacks, and we're going to talk about we're going to stick with the traditional series as well, and this is the traditional brown ale. So these are the new Mangrove Jack kits that are in those foil pouches, and without any further ado, let's open it up and see what we get here. Mangrove Jack had a Newcastle brown ale when it was Brewcraft, so let's see how this holds up. I expect it to be quite similar, but we'll see. Give it a pour, and here's what we get. It looks quite similar to the old Brewcraft kits, as you can see here. Poured in a Budweiser. I think they call these chalices or something like that. It's pretty cool glass. But, yeah, see, it's a fairly light brown color, not terribly dark, but it all comes down to the taste. Let's have a taste. Oh, another nice beer. I'm very pleasantly, I shouldn't say I'm surprised, but I'm happy with these new foil kits, and this has always been one of my favorite Mangrove Jack kits. Their brown ale used to be called Newcastle Brown Ale, then it switched to like Tyneside Brown Ale or something. Now it's just traditional brown ale. Same quality brown ale though, no question. What a smooth beer. This is a pleasure. So again, as always, I brewed this the standard way. One Mangrove Jack brown ale kit, 1.5 pounds of malt glucose or liquid glucose, and 1.5 liquid malt extract light, and topped it up to 20 liters. That's it. So this beer, look at that, and great head retention. This beer, it is a darker beer, but it's very smooth. It's actually, if you've ever had Newcastle Brown Ale, it's something very similar. It's actually what I imagine a British draft when you watch those shows, Coronation Street or whatever, and they're sitting around drinking, an English beer. This is what I kind of picture, an English bitter to be. Because traditionally English bitters are mild. A lot of times the styles you'll get around here, extra special bitter, which are a bit stronger. But the traditional English bitter is only a very mild flavored, mild alcohol beer, mildly hopped as well. Let's have another taste. Yeah, if you like something just a little bit darker, this is a must in your rotation for sure. Terrific. I'm gonna score this. This is one of my favorite kits. I'm gonna go right out there and give this a 4.5. 4.5 out of 5. It would have to knock your socks out to be a 5, but this is very close. And like I said, I brew it with I'll top it up to 20 liters. If you want about a 4% per volume alcohol, go to 23. It'll give you about 4%. But I like my beers closer to 5%. But this style, there's nothing wrong with the 4%. It's all personal preference. Anyways, like I said, this is a very solid 4.5 out of 5. It's a delicious beer. Oh, it's unreal. These and the new foil kits, I was a little bit skeptical at first. Nothing wrong with them at all. Now, I'm just going to take a minute. I got to get something off my chest that I've seen on. I'm not going to name the bulletin board that I've seen this on, homebrew form. But there was a new brewer in, and he was asking for advice on how to make one of these. This is actually one of the Mangrove Jack, the original brown ale kits. They're on sale. They're clearing out the old cans, so I bought a few of them. Anyways, to get back on track here, there was a new brewer that had one of these kits, and they wanted some advice on how to make it. And he was just a new guy getting into brewing, and this particular form has a lot. It's mostly Americans on it, and mostly down in the States they like to brew all grain, which basically they go right from scratch, and with the grains they mash their own grains and all that kind of stuff. And if they don't do that, they do partial kits. So that's great. Whatever way you want to brew is terrific, but just because you make your beers, right from scratch with all grains, they were putting down this new guy, told them, just forget about the kit, throw that out, just go and, get a partial kit, or you can't make good beer with this canned hopped extract. And so, 99% of the brewers out there, they're helpful, they'll give you advice, but there's always a couple guys that just think, they're, above, certain methods of brewing. And it always makes me laugh, because this all grain guy, after telling him to get rid of the kit, said, if you're going to brew this kit, make sure you boil it good, boil it for about an hour, and then add all malt to it. These guys, they've never, I guarantee you the guy that gave this advice has never brewed one of these kits, because that's the worst advice you could ever give anyone brewing one of these kits. Trust me, I've brewed literally hundreds of these. You never want to boil this extract. This has already been boiled. The hops have been boiled in. That's why it's called a no-boil kit. All you do is you dump it in. You don't boil it. You can heat it up if you want to get it out. You never boil these kits. And in terms of adding all malt, you don't add all malt because it throws the flavor off. Yes, to produce the best beer, you do add some malt, but you want a combination of malt and sugar. And with trial and error, you'll find out what's good for you, but you definitely don't want to add just all malt to these and no sugar, because it's going to throw the balance off. And I guess that's the point I'm making. It's just because you may have started out brewing right from scratch, all grains, that doesn't make you an expert on how to brew one of these. And don't put, you shouldn't be putting people down and then giving them stupid instructions that, like this guy gave the guy instructions on how to brew this as if he's 100% sure that's going to be the best beer. And he's probably never brewed one of these in his life. So the point being is, it's like if someone asked me how to make a partial kit. I've only made 5 or 6 of them, and I'll say right away, I don't know exactly, because I've only made a few of them. I'm not that experienced. But, some of these guys out there, they've never even brewed one of these, and they're giving advice like they're, experts that have been brewing these for years. The point is, if you want to brew a kit, if that's the way you want to start, do it. I've been brewing these for 5 years. You can produce great beer with these kits. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And if you want some good tips for brewing these things, ask some guys that, brew these, a lot of these kits. I've brewed hundreds of them. I know Craig from Craig Tube. He's been brewing these probably as long as I've been born. There's lots of guys out there that can give you great tips to make these kits turn out terrific. And anyways, that's my rant for today. Like I said, Mangrove Jack, brown ale. Whether you get the new traditional series, if you can find any of these old ones, they're clearing them out. This one's still 9 months under expiry, so I picked up all the ones that were left. Definitely, if you see any of these rounds, pick them up. But anyways, that's it for now. Stay tuned. I think we got a new Cooper's kit coming up next. I found a Cooper's kit I've never brewed before, surprisingly enough. And that'll be next in the pipe, I do believe. Anyways, cheers. Thanks for tuning in, and keep on brewing.